Welcome back, my amazing fourth grade science planners. Guys, you have officially survived the first semester of the school year. It is all downhill from here. And if you survive your first year of teaching, you can survive anything. And I mean anything. Winter break is here, so I hope that you guys have a restful and enjoyable time and come back ready, refreshed, and ready to get to work. So, what's on the agenda for today? Upcoming events, important dates, things that you guys need to keep on your calendar. Our scope and sequence for this unit, Unit 4 TEKS, our unit at a glance, our assessment, and a resource I'm really, really proud of. So on some important dates, Unit 3 ended on December the 15th. You guys should be all complete with CA windows, with CA testing. Winter break is from the 23rd to the 17th. Enjoy it. And I will see you guys on January the 18th at Collaboration Day 3. It's going to be great. All right, so I know that everyone knows where to find the scope and sequence, but just as a reminder, it's on the fourth grade homepage, left-hand side on the toolbar. It's labeled, you click on the tab that's labeled Scope and Sequence, and then click on Science and Humanities. We are gearing up and getting ready for Unit 4. It runs from January the 16th to February the 23rd. It's about 6 weeks, 24 instructional days and 4 flex days to do what you need to do. So here's our readiness TEK. It's 4.5A, and just as a reminder, we give you the TEK correlation for what it looked like for our scholars in 3rd grade and what it's going to look like for our scholars when they see it in 5th grade. Here's some vocabulary that I'm sure the 5th grade teachers would be really appreciative if you guys would hit. It will lay a real strong foundation for these scholars in 5th grade. And at the bottom, of course, is the processing standards, readiness TEKs, and supporting TEKs that will be covered in the unit. All right, so the same as in Unit 3, Unit 4 only has one readiness TEK. But it is like a doozy. It's one of the most dense TEKs that's covered in 4th grade as well as in 5th grade. So scholars will be able to measure, compare, and contrast physical properties of matter, including size, mass, volume, states, solid, liquid, and gas, temperature, magnetism, and the ability to sink or float. So the only difference between this TEK in 4th grade to 5th grade is in 5th grade, scholars just have to be able to identify and measure these physical properties. When they get to 5th grade, they actually have to use what they know, identify the properties, and use those properties to classify the matter into different groups. We also have some supporting standards that go along with it. 4.5B and C, predict the changes caused by heating and cooling, and compare and contrast a variety of mixtures and solutions. 4.5A, B, and C are very heavily tested 5th grade TEKs on the 5th grade STAR test. And then we have a repeat of 4.7B and 4.3C. So if you didn't get the results or the outcome that you wanted the first time that we saw these, this would be a good time to go back and reteach. So I didn't change anything about the layout or the structure of our unit at a glance for Unit 4. I think that you guys like the way that it's looked. At least you say that you have. So if it's not broke, I'm not going to fix it. I have my suggested pacing notes, the TEKs, the objectives, misconceptions that scholars will probably come in with that we want to make sure that we clear up before they go any further. And as always, an assessment to check to see if scholars mastered that objective for the day. Speaking of assessments, we'll talk about our Unit 4 assessment. It will be 20 multiple choice questions. They will all be STAR formatted questions. It'll cover all of the TEKs for Unit 4. Some of the questions will be dual coded as the last time, so if you are not 100% sure which TEK or if it's a dual coded question, just refer back to the answer key that I attached. And it does include a constructed response question. So I tried to make it as closely related and similar to what they would see on a common assessment and on a common assessment. So make sure that we encourage the scholars to use complete sentences. And this is good practice for them because we know on CAs they either can lose points or gain extra points simply by answering a question using a complete sentence. So the resources for this unit, I uploaded lots of like homework packets, practice sheets, PowerPoints that go over mixtures and solutions and how to identify the properties of matter. But this one is my favorite. So I uploaded a PowerPoint that goes over all of the properties of matter, like well, the properties of mixtures and solutions, and then they give you writing prompts that can go along with them. So tell your writing teachers they owe you, because this is a great way to do some cross curricular activities. It's also something that if you wanted to, you could pass along to the writing planners, and then maybe you guys can work together and they can implement it during writing time. Um, as usual, you guys have done a great job this semester. Hang in there, and I'll see you at Collaboration Day.